Hi everyone, this is Deja from CrochetEverAfter.com, and we are continuing our single crochet tutorials. Now we are going to move on to single crochet into the first stitch of your row. So this is going to show you how to make that first stitch into that kind of difficult space that you see when you first start your row of any project. Okay, you might have just joined us from the single crochet foundation chain tutorial. Now we are going to turn our work and learn how to single crochet into the first stitch of our row. Once you finish your foundation chain, you are going to turn your work just like you do when you're working in any row. The only time you don't turn your work is when you're working in the round. Now, crocheting into the first stitch of your next row sometimes is a little difficult because it's hard to see where to insert your hook exactly. You may be tempted to go for this easy looking stitch right here. That's actually the second stitch of the row. The first stitch is actually the one where you made your last stitch of the row below. So to do this, you're going to yarn over and make a chain, because you always chain one at the beginning of your round when you're single crocheting. And that creates the correct height so that the edges of your work aren't scrunched down. Next, you're going to look for the two loops that you need to insert your hook under. Now, one way to do this is to look at your stitches of the row below. And you're going to see the V's. The V's are your stitches. That's what you're going to insert your hook into. The very last one is this guy right here up on top. That's where you want to insert your hook. Sometimes I like to, if it's hard to see, if I'm using boucle yarn or any kind of textured yarn, I'll actually sit there and kind of pull to find the little space that I insert my hook into. So I look for that space, I insert my hook, and then I make sure that I only have 2 strands of yarn on my hook, which is my V. So double check that you only have the V, and then you have your hook insert correctly. Yarn over, or lay over as I like to say, because that first yarn over never really wraps around anything. Catch it by turning your hook and pulling up that loop. Then yarn over again by wrapping back to front. Turn your hook so it's pointing down so you can slide easily through those 2 loops on your hook. And you have now finished your first single crochet of the round.